Alright guys, welcome back to another soccer video. Sorry, football, depending on where you are in the world. It's been a while since I've done one. Hi Scarlett. She wants to play with her ball right now. Oh, by the way, Roger says hey. So anyway, I had a couple of you guys on some of my recent videos ask me to react to the World Draw, particularly Ricky Devon. He says, why not reaction to World Cup draw? Well, here's the thing. I've never paid attention to the World Cup before. I didn't know that there was a draw. Here in the US, sports tournaments like this are usually set by like a committee, like the matchups are set by a committee or something. And so I didn't really think that there would be anything like this for the World Cup. I just thought that, you know, a bunch of people sat in a room and figured out who was going to play who. But yeah, come to find out, just from glances at this, it looks like the lottery kind of, where they, you know, pick numbers out of, you know, it looks like a bunch of ping pong balls, you know, with numbers on them and they draw them out or whatever. So it looks kind of like a lottery thing, and then there's something like pods and groups, but I don't really know how it works. You guys are probably gonna have to explain this to me. Let me know what's going on. I will probably have a lot of questions on how this works. So the entire video is on YouTube. I'm gonna just watch that. I'm gonna watch it straight through, all 34 minutes of it or so. Pretty sure it's gonna get blocked on YouTube though, so I'm gonna have to edit it, and I'll just keep like the most interesting bits in, I guess. And hopefully by doing that, I can put it up on YouTube for you guys. I might put the entire version of it unedited on Patreon, so if you're a patron, you can check out the full video. But anyway, I don't really know what to expect, and because I've never seen the World Cup, I don't know the history of the teams, like who's like really good, you know, what the rivalries are considered to be and all of that. So that's something I'm gonna have to probably learn through this process this year of the World Cup, and you guys are gonna have to be kind of my guides along the way. Without further ado, let's just get into it. I apologize for all the questions I'm gonna have and the ignorance I'm gonna have of this, but you gotta start learning somewhere, right? So here we go.
It's now time for the start of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 draw. So Carly, could you remind us of the teams in pot one, please?
Absolutely. So in
Pots,
pot
not
one,
pods.
Please take the red ball from pot one.
Like a sci-fi set or something. What's the red ball for?
Qatar.
Qatar will be going into Group A, and take out the red ball, please.
So red ball is Group A?
A1.
A1 for our hosts, Qatar.
So that just tells them what group they're gonna go in? A1. It's like bingo, sort of, right? The dramatic music.
England.
And
Okay.
take the red.
So this is just the finals of it. So I guess they were playing qualifying matches or something up to this point, and I haven't been keeping up with that. So I guess all of the teams in the world play qualifying matches, and then the ones that win enough get to the finals. So how many games does each team play up to this point, I guess? And how do they decide who plays who?
The red ball, please, JJ. Thank you.
It keeps messing up.
B1.
Oh, they're little soccer balls, like the World Cup design of them or something.
Argentina.
and they reached the final on 5 occasions.
That's kind of cool how they like give a rundown of each team's history in the World Cup. That's interesting. I've never seen that before on something like this. Who are all of these people drawing the balls out? Do they represent something? He's taking too long.
C1.
Are all of these just gonna be ones across the board, so it's just like deciding who goes in what group?
France.
So, Ali,
that's right, they won
could you
last time,
please
didn't
take
they?
the red ball from pot D for us?
Why is Group D highlighted though? Do they know it's gonna be Group D? Or does it go to a different spot in Group D?
D1.
Why are they drawing the ball out? Like, I don't understand. They're just going down the line, Group A, B, C, D, spot 1. Like, just methodically. Why are they drawing the balls out? Also, this has like an award show vibe, but like with a weird like sci-fi sports thing going on too. And I guess all of the managers of the teams are in the audience, and I don't know, are some players in the audience too?
Spain.
E1.
So E1 for Spain.
Just really don't understand the red ball draw for spot 1 in each group. It just seems unnecessary.
Belgium.
F1.
É penta.
I
He
don't
must
think that
be-
smile can get any bigger.
He must be from
are the
Brazil.
most-
He's so
And take out the
excited.
red ball, please.
Wonder if anybody's ever dropped that.
G1.
I just really don't understand why they're making such a big show drawing the red balls. They're all just going in predictable spots. It's not up to chance at all. Like, I don't know. I don't understand this red ball thing. So they had to predetermine who went in which pot though. So there's probably like a committee or something that determines who goes in what pot. But it is randomized about which group they go into. I guess it's Portugal.
Portugal.
I guess they're going in H1.
H1. 1.
So H1 for Portugal, and that concludes
Netherlands.
A4.
Okay, so this was gonna be a bit more random,
A4
maybe?
for the Netherlands.
USA.
Their best ever showing at a World Cup came at the inaugural edition way back in 1930 when they reached the semi-finals.
I do know the US and England are gonna play each other. I've had some people tell me that already.
B3.
So is it like slot 1 and 3 play each other and then 2 and 4 play each other? Is that how it goes? I'm assuming since England and US are playing each other. I'm gonna have to live stream that.
Mexico.
This guy is really slow at it.
C3. Denmark. D3.
A lot of third slots here.
Germany.
He must be German.
E3. Croatia. F4.
Okay, so I was wrong. So I guess just the first 2 teams that are drawn play each other then? It doesn't matter what slot they go into? By the way, at first I thought that this was kind of strange the way that they're doing it. And some of it is still redundant, you know? But I think it's kind of cool at the same time. It's definitely more fun than the way they tend to do it here in the States a lot, where they just have like a committee that just fills out the bracket. Like, I like it. It's different, but it's also fun at the same time.
Uruguay.
They can't go into Group G as they're in the same confederation as Brazil.
They're the same confederation? So does that mean league, basically? So if they're in the same league, they can't play each other in the World Cup? That's interesting. Is there a reason for that?
8-3.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, so at first I thought it was just whoever goes in what slot, that determines who they match up with. But then I thought, well, because Belgium and Croatia are playing, it's just the first 2 drawn. But if that's the case, then what does it matter what slot they go into? Why don't they just fill out the brackets from top to bottom, or groups from top to bottom? Why are they going through the process of drawing like particular slots? I think there's something in here that I don't understand, obviously.
Switzerland.
I guess it's called a position and not a slot then.
G3.
So many of them are the third.
So G3
Position.
for Switzerland, and that concludes the draw for pot 2. We'll now move on to pot 3. Carly.
In pot 3, we have Senegal.
Why is Switzerland's abbreviation SUI? There's not a U in Switzerland.
Korea Republic, and Tunisia.
I thought it was South Korea. I've never heard it called the Korea Republic before. That's interesting.
Islamic Republic of Iran.
B2.
It will be an opening game fixture in Group B between England and the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Wait, what? I thought England and the USA were playing each other. This is Iran and England? So... I'm so confused. So is it the first and the second team that play each other, and then the third and the fourth team play each other? I am so confused right now. He said a first, something fixture?
So it will be an opening game fixture.
Opening game fixture. So does that mean that the England still plays the USA, but that they've already got that set, so it's not like the winner of that game plays the winner of USA and whoever is left in Group B? This just seems so random to me. I don't understand how this is structured. Yeah, I need help, guys. You guys, please help me down in the comments.
Senegal.
I'm gonna have this music stuck in my head all day.
A3.
So Senegal's first game at the World Cup will be against the Netherlands. Next ball, please, Adele.
I don't understand this.
Poland.
By the way, I just have to point out, this is something that I think I've talked about on my chats before, like on Patreon and stuff, but I've noticed a big difference between British English and American English, and I don't know how this is with other countries that might speak English as well, or people in other countries that might speak English as a second language. But the British always refer to countries or things that I guess could be made up of a collective of people. They refer to it in the plural sense, and they always say have. So like Poland have competed in however many World Cups. Whereas the United States, we would treat a country as a singular entity because we're talking about the country itself. We're not really talking about all the people in the country. We're talking about just the country. And so we would say Poland has competed. I don't think either one is right or wrong. It's just a huge difference in our grammar, I guess.
C4.
Serbia.
We have 2 European teams in groups D, E, and F, so we've had to skip to Group G. So that's where Serbia will be placed.
Okay, so it's by continent, not league. But France and Denmark are in Europe. Serbia and they would have gone in Group D, but but they're all in Europe. I don't understand this. This is really confusing, guys. It's confusing for somebody who this is their first time watching this. I'm sure people who are very familiar with this is like, it makes total sense, but I can't make heads or tails of what's going on.
G2.
Can they not have like more? So is it maybe because you can only have like 2 teams from Europe, I guess, in a certain group? I don't know. He called it confederation, whatever. I don't really know what a confederation is. I'm just assuming like a group of teams from a certain part of the world, as in the continent of Europe.
Tunisia,
D4.
Japan,
In 2018, Japan made it through to the knockout phase.
So there's a knockout phase apparently. Not sure where that falls in this whole thing.
E4. Morocco.
By the way, I have to say, it's interesting to me that they have 2 British people and an American up here running this entire thing, and it's done in English. And then all of the people that are drawing the balls are from other countries, basically. I guess because English is kind of like considered the most widely spoken language around the world, that's why they're doing it in English. But I just find it interesting that it's the British and the American that's running the show, basically. In past drawings like this, do they kind of like switch up the countries that kind of MC this thing like this? Or is it always just like the English speaking countries?
F3.
So it will be an opening game for Morocco against Croatia.
Okay, so he said that Belgium and Croatia were going to play, but opening game is Morocco? Why are they MAR? There's not an A in Morocco. So many questions, guys.
Korea Republic,
H4.
So H4 for Korea Republic.
So what are these playoff spots? Are these just like the last spots available and the teams, I guess, just have to kind of like play into them? But why are they 2 intercontinental ones and then 1 European one? That's very specific. Why is it a European playoff and not like an American playoff, for instance? Is it just because Europe has more teams or something? Sorry if these are dumb questions. I'm just genuinely trying to understand. This guy looks like a character right here.
International playoff numero 1.
D2.
Well, yeah.
D2 for
So
the
they're gonna-
Intercontinental Playoff 1.
So they're gonna draw balls for all of these positions that can only be the possible position left? Really? Okay.
Bora, next ball, please. Thank you.
Bora. I like Bora. He's cute.
Ecuador.
A2.
I don't understand these opening games. Does every team just play each other in the group or something? And it doesn't matter? Like, it's not like a knockout thing? Maybe just every team plays each other and then eventually some of them get knocked out in a group after a certain amount of games? Like, I don't really know. I also apologize for all the noises going on in the background if you can hear them. There's just so much commotion going on right now. Oh, this is my first time looking at the stage though, like in the whole auditorium. They've got like these plush, really nice seats and stuff. Bora reminds me of Dick Van Dyke. I was trying to figure out who he reminds me of.
Saudi Arabia.
We can't go into Group B as they're on the same confederation as the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Okay, so Iran and Saudi Arabia can't play each other or they can't play in the same group because they're in the same confederation. But we have multiple groups with multiple European teams in them. So I don't understand why that's different.
C2.
Intercontinental playoff 2.
So I guess I just need to kind of learn what the confederations are, because that's obviously what I'm missing here. And yes, I'm sure I'm asking a bunch of questions that you have already like explained to me in previous videos, but this is just one of those things, like there's just so much to it that it's hard to remember everything, and so I'm just gonna have to kind of like organically learn it as I go along. So keep answering my questions, guys. Eventually I'll get it, I'm sure.
European playoff.
JJ, could you please take the final ball from pot B?
Guys, I don't get this drawing of the last ball.
B4.
Cameroon.
G4.
Ghana.
H2.
Is there ever a scenario where a team is stuck, like they can't go into a particular group because of these constraints? Or is that not possible with the way that they like plan out the the draws in each pot or whatever. It boggles my mind to try and think through that.
Canada.
Canada are participating in their second FIFA World Cup, 1986.
Only their second?
Tim, you have the pleasure of drawing the final ball from pot F, please.
Oh, come on.
F2.
I'm not making fun of it, guys. It's just, I don't understand why they do some of this stuff.
And Korea Republic.
Oh, okay, we're just gonna cut off there. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot I don't understand. I don't understand the confederations completely. I don't understand how these groups work exactly. So who plays who, when they play. I don't know what the knockout round is. Obviously teams get knocked out, but I don't know how it works or where in this whole process it is. So basically, let me look up football confederations here. I'm gonna just do a map of this here. I know that you guys have told me about this stuff in previous videos, but I've got to review here. So Confederation of Canada, CONCAF, I don't know, North America basically. And then you have these three countries as well included in that. Why are they not down here with the South American teams? Okay, and then we have the Confederation up here, UEFA, but they're okay, so you have all these European teams that are in the same confederation, but they were in the same groups with each other. I don't understand that. But then some of them couldn't be either. So I didn't understand the logic in that whole thing. And then you have African Confederation, and then the Asian one. Oh, and then you have OFC over here with these just small island teams. Why are they not just with Australia down here or something? Okay, that's interesting. And I'm also just curious about like United States World Cup record. I don't know how to read this chart here. Hang on. They made it to the semifinals in 1930, so that was a good year. Round of 16. I don't know what the round of 16 is, or what the group stage is. I'm assuming round of 16 is like kind of like the Sweet 16 over here in the college basketball tournament where you got your last 16 teams maybe. Quarterfinals did not qualify 1954 through 1986 basically. I keep forgetting that the World Cup is only every 4 years. For some reason I have it in my head that it's every year. So is the World Cup going to be in the US in 2026? Or in the Americas, because we have Canada and Mexico in here too. So we've had nominal success, never won it obviously. I know the US is not known for their football teams, aka soccer. Alright, well, very interesting. Yeah, you guys will have to definitely answer my questions. I know I had a lot of them. I thought it was a really interesting process overall. Like I said, it was fun. You know, I like the idea of them drawing the names out, and there's a certain randomness to it, although I'm sure it's carefully thought out to a certain extent. There is an element of randomness in it, which I like. Yeah, and I did find, you know, all of them kind of like unnecessarily drawing stuff kind of funny, but you know, I'm sure they probably just had to do it as a formality maybe. So I guess I get it from that point of view, but yeah, it was just kind of funny that they still had to do it or whatever. So yeah, that was a fun experience. I've never seen that before. Like I said, I've never paid attention to the World Cup before. So this will be kind of like my first time learning about all of this. So yeah, make sure you comment below, answer my questions please. I would really appreciate it. If you have anything else to add in the comments, please do. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't yet. And then you can find in the description and my pinned comment links to social media, Patreon, my Star Trek podcast, all of that stuff. I will, like I said, try to put this full version on Patreon, and hopefully I can get this past the YouTube detectors so that I can at least have an edited down reaction to this. Anyway, Roger here, and I thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. We'll do more soccer, aka football stuff, coming up soon.